the first 4 episodes, including that scene, was music that I wrote directly to the visuals. And so I was able to craft it to the best of my image, and so to me
that's so special.
To me it was like a really special thing, and it was just hearing the voiceover of Himmel speaking and knowing that this is the last adventure.
It's just reliving it.
No.
Just me writing, I was like, I gotta look away from the screen real quick.
Coming to you from Anime Expo in Los Angeles, this is the Anime Effect, where each week we bring you interviews from amazing creators from across the anime space, from directors to actors to artists, and more to discuss their work and their anime favorites. It's pop culture with an anime lens. I'm your host, Leah President.
I'm Brianna Lawrence.
And we're joined together once again to see just how powerful the effect of anime really is. I've been waiting to do that with you.
We never got to do that together. I was practicing before I
in
came
the mirror.
home.
Yeah.
Yes. This week we have the composer of soundtracks for iconic anime series, including Violet Evergarden, APPARE-RANMAN, and of course, Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. Welcome to the Anime Effect, Evan Call.
Woohoo! Welcome!
Thank you.
Applause. So, what was your gateway anime? The first anime series or movie that made you a fan?
Okay, well, when I was a kid, I wasn't really sure I was watching anime. I didn't know, but I was watching Pokemon, stuff like that, Digimon.
Yeah.
But I think the first time I really saw an anime that was different compared to like what a lot of things I saw on TV was an anime called Samurai 7. That was just, to me, that was like the first time I saw an anime that was a bit more, I don't want to say edgy necessarily, but it was a bit more aimed at an older audience.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, oh, this is awesome. I need to get more of this. And then from that point on, I just kind of looked all over the place for as much as I could find, wherever I could find it.
Yeah, I'm sure we can both relate to that experience.
I didn't know what I was watching anime either when I watched it. It was just on TV.
Yeah.
This is cool.
So, of course, Frieren starts after the journey, right? But let's back up to the beginning of your journey as an anime composer, which officially started in 2013 with your work on Symphogear G. What has it been like since that point?
Yeah, so that was a long time ago.
Yeah. We don't like to think about how long it took us.
But yeah, it was when I moved to Japan, I had the desire to one day work as a composer for anime, and gave it a shot. And luckily, I was able to find my way into the industry, starting out as an assistant, and then slowly getting my own work from there. And working on Symphogear G, it was my first time collaborating with other composers, my contemporaries at the time, not contemporaries, I say my senpai at the time. And so yeah, it was great because for your first job, to just be kind of thrown into the water can be a bit intimidating. So it was nice to have their kind of guiding hand.
Yeah.
And if I had any questions or concerns, they were there to, help me get through it and express what I wanted to do musically.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how I got my start in it. And it was a little daunting at first, but as you go and keep doing it, you kind of get used to it and you grow I grow as a composer and an arranger, orchestrator, all these years, spent just tens of thousands of hours doing it. Just keep on getting better, and I'm hopefully still going to get better, so we'll see.
Always room for improvement, even with perfection that are your scores. So.
Thank you.
I'm imagining wanting to improve after something as great as Frieren.
I know. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, that soundtrack has been on repeat for me.
So then in 2018, marked another massive milestone with the soundtrack for Violet Evergarden, an anime series praised for its dreamlike visuals, emotional narrative, and iconic score.
Of course.
What was it?
Absolutely.
We're sensing a theme here. What was it like creating music for this series?
I think for me, Violet Evergarden was a big turning point in my career. It was a genre, I guess you could say, a kind of feeling that I had been looking to compose for, but hadn't really had the chance up until that point. A lot of the shows I'd worked on previously were a little bit more on the action side of things, or they were in quite a different genre. Many people might not know, but I did a lot of kind of funk and funk-inspired scores on shows like a little bit in Tokyo ESP, also in Big Order. And but that wasn't really my strong suit. But it was funny. The sound director for both of those shows, he said, because I went to a school called Berklee College of Music, which is known for its jazz program. He said, "Hey, you went to Berklee, so you do like jazz and funk too, right?" It's like, I guess. So those are really varied scores too, because they had a bunch of jazz and they had a bunch of orchestra stuff as well too. And then he was also the same sound director for Violet Evergarden, and the producer for that as well, Saito Shigeru is his name, for the music producer. He's the one who introduced Kyoto Animation to me, and he said, "Hey, I got a guy, I think he'd be great for this show." And he said to me, "Why don't you just write a demo, read through." I had the light novel, and I read through that, and he said, "Just write a song that you think would be a great main theme for Violet Evergarden." And then without even telling Kyoto Animation that I'm going to do it. So then I did it, and then he liked it a lot, and I had used like typewriter and stuff like that. I just wanted to kind of represent the world, not just like musically, but also kind of give it something that like you could latch onto, like the typewriter, which it has been used previously in like orchestral works in the past as a percussion instrument, technically.
Oh, really?
And, it's a keyboard, I guess, but
exactly.
it's a very percussive tone. And I thought that's a really cool thing. And I think that kind of idea would be perfect for Violet Evergarden. And then also put like quill sounds and stuff in like in the soundtrack as well, in a rhythmic sense. And so, they liked it a lot and wanted me to do the rest of the music for it. And that was the first time I was really able to kind of dig into what the kind of music that I wanted to compose, which is more, I like to do a lot of stuff, but I think that my strongest point is more personal music, I guess you could say, a little bit more on the emotional side or sentimental side.
That's what I was going to ask. What is it like? You mentioned like doing, going from action to that, like you said, personal sound. What is it like to kind of like go down to like a slower kind of like, how does it change the process?
It's a different way of composing for sure. And even now, like for example, in Frieren, there's still super intense songs, while there are also nice, soft, introspective songs. But going from some like more action-heavy shows to Violet Evergarden, it was something that allowed me to get a little bit more creative, I guess you could say, with my instrumentation, the tonal colors I use with the instruments I choose, how I'm representing different emotions, because it's a big difference between sad and melancholic, or a little bit, those slight variations in the emotions. And for a show that has a big focus on emotional growth and development, those little differences become something of great importance. So I think rather than just hyping everything up with like cool music, which would be totally inappropriate for a show like Violet Evergarden, but it really gave me a lot of time to think about how I orchestrate and arrange and what kind of melodies I write and how to decorate those melodies, like I said, with the arrangement and orchestration in a way that conveys a really personal story of Violet Evergarden. So that's
I'm going to jump ahead real quick since you brought it up with the quills and the typewriters and stuff. So like you mentioned in the past, you've used sort of those like unexpected items to create your compositions. So where does the inspiration for, those instruments come from? I know you were saying it's like a percussive sort of sound. And why do you think they lend themselves so well to like an anime score, for example?
Yeah, I think in Violet Evergarden's case, because the typewriter is such a representative object, I guess, of the show, that it just kind of fit in naturally there. But for example, in Frieren's case, rather than just using, I used a lot of folk instruments too, like Irish tin whistle, it's called, low whistle, Ilian pipes, it's like an Irish bagpipe.
Oh yeah, I loved hearing that. It was very cool.
They're great sounding instruments. But I also wanted to try to give it a little bit more of an older feel by using some early instruments, which are less commonly used, and there's not a lot of players playing them. So first of all, we have to make sure there's a player that I can hire to record it.
True, yeah.
Which is nice. There are a few out there, which is great.
I want to hear about that journey sometime, like finding those artists. That sounds interesting.
But it's just I think there's a lot of like time. This concept of time is a big part of Friedman, the flow of time, the past and the present, and also she's going to be living for a lot longer, so the future as well. And I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of a old world feeling mixed with some of the newer orchestration and newer folk instruments and stuff. So by using instruments like the rebec, it's called, and the viol, recently I was recording some dulcimer and stuff, hammered dulcimer and whatnot.
Love that instrument.
Yeah, they're really
It has like a magical quality to
I
it.
think so too. It's all sparkly. And also things like the lute, I recorded some songs with guitar, of course, but sometimes I wanted the kind of old rustic feeling of a lute. And one thing I noticed, which was really interesting that I had no idea about, is that contemporary lutes will use nylon strings, like a regular contemporary nylon classical guitar, but the old ones use gut strings, like actual intestinal based strings.
It's cat gut, right?
cat
Or
gut. It's
yeah, I
supposed
think
to
that's
be.
for the violin. Or
I don't know whose guts they are, but,
sort of gut.
We're not going to tell anybody.
but the player let me try it afterwards, and it's so hard to play, the one with the gut strings. They're super loose, and just a slight variation in your finger position will just totally mess up the chords and the harmonies and stuff like that.
Really?
So when he was playing, I was like,
fascinating.
"Man, sounds great. Let me try it." Oh my gosh, this sounds horrible. So it was an interesting thing, and I got to spend a lot of time talking to the musicians and learning about the instruments as well too, which is great also for coming into Frieren season 2.
Yeah, I'm sure it brought a lot of new texture to it.
This reminds me of like when I watch Frieren, the music makes me think of my favorite part of RPGs, which is like the village and the town. And just like exploring and just taking your time and enjoying everything around you. And that's what the music makes me think of when I'm watching it. It's like I just want to kind of sit and relax and listen to it. And then suddenly like an epic score will start. And it's like,
wait, is a boss battle about to happen?
But that's the thing. It's not always the boss battle. It's like her discovering the flowers or something. And like, this is epic and important. It's not a fight though. It's like emotionally, there's a weight to it.
It's funny that you mentioned about like village themes and stuff like that. Because growing up, even now, I love playing RPGs and stuff like that too. So.
If it has dialogue options, I will be playing it. Like, that's guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
We are breaking into the middle of this amazing Evan Call interview. We hope you're enjoying.
Broadcast emergency. We have a broadcast emergency.
And we weren't there.
We're not.
I was there. I have now teleported into the studio, but it is for an important reason. We have something really, really cool for you guys. What do we got, Lee?
This is the Frieren Season 1 Part 2 incredible collector's edition.
Yes, and if it looks familiar to you, that is because it is modeled after Frieren's famous briefcase.
Yep.
3 of you will be winning this.
That's right.
And not only will 3 of you be winning this, what else will they be winning, Lee? You will also be winning part
Make it
1.
as awkward as possible, Nick.
Because of course, if you're going to get part 2, you have to have part 1 to go with it.
Right.
And it's shiny.
It's just packed with really cool stuff.
Hell yeah.
I'm already jealous of whoever's going to be taking this one home.
This is true. So I went to the home video team to get the breakdown of how this thing works.
Okay.
Because there's so much in here.
Yeah.
So
Look at that.
look at that.
Gorgeous. It feels like leathery. Like it
It's got a
feels like a
leather touch to it.
briefcase.
All right, y'all.
Oh my God.
Check this out.
Whoa. It's got like red felt on the inside.
This is
Look at
incredible.
This is classy.
incredible. All right. So this just the details in this alone. are
Dude, show
great.
the side.
Yeah, it looks like a book. Like it looks like a
is.
fancy book.
So I got the lowdown on a lot of the pieces in here. So
Okay.
based off the grimoires that you see, because they have their own like grimoires in Frieren, there's so many small, minute details in here, and it's so beautifully designed. But the secrets, there is
Part 2.
part 2.
It's so shiny.
I know, that was shiny
It's
too.
so
Okay.
shiny.
All right, hold on. I think I know how this works. This becomes a rigid box
Yes.
for part 2.
Mm-hmm. There's part 2.
And let's get that part 1 back out here. I feel like I'm on QVC.
And they fit perfectly.
Bam.
You might think, oh, is this just holding the place of part 2? No.
No.
Are you kidding me?
There's also incredible stuff in here. So
Open it.
Let's open this up and see what's in here. Bam. Sticker sheets.
Oh, so cute.
Sticker sheets.
Those are so cute. Look at Chibi Frieren.
A total
Oh, it has mimic for...
a total of 7 epic sticker sheets that are in here.
And you don't want to collect physical media?
Listen.
Are you kidding me?
All right. This is the next cool thing.
Okay. Oh, art cards?
The art cards.
Let's
So
go.
these are also incredible.
These are exclusive
Can't get
to
them
the
nowhere else.
And if
Blu-ray.
you call the number on your screen right now.
So check these out.
Wow.
If I cared this much about like stuff I was selling on QVC, like I would own that.
Shout out again to Home Video. They coordinated all this stuff, but these are some of the Japanese covers that were used.
Oh, on the
for
Blu-ray
film.
release in Japan?
Yes. So,
Dude, this is
cards.
art that you don't get to see on Key Visuals.
We're
All right.
not even halfway through.
We're not.
There's so much cool stuff.
All right. Next cool thing is
No.
you get an acrylic.
That
of
is so
Friedman of the Vineyard.
cute.
This is incredible.
That is insane.
Go ahead and move some stuff off your desk now. You're gonna need this one. This is a good one. Yeah, it's good.
D&D moment.
D&D moment.
There's more in that box?
We got one more thing in this box. This is probably my favorite part of this collective.
Oh, okay.
A luggage tag
Oh.
of the blue flower.
No way.
Now check
Oh my
this out.
goodness.
Yep.
No.
They're exactly what you think they are. You see that gold outline?
Himmel Thirst Trap?
Character Shikishi.
That's
Yes.
so cool. It's got this like ethereal watercolor feel to it.
Yeah.
So good. It's my boy Stark hanging out.
There's my girl Fern.
Oh, Fern looks so good.
And of course,
Frieren laying
the
down.
namesake.
Wow.
You thought we were done.
I see more
Yeah,
flaps.
turn around.
There's more.
Get into the flaps.
All right. This is the cool part.
What do you mean? The
The other
The
cool
whole thing
part.
Wait,
is
is
cool.
there anything in here?
There's nothing in here.
Oh, okay.
But it's what's at the bottom.
Oh, there's like a ribbon tab.
Oh my God, it's huge.
Oh
This
my
is,
gosh.
ladies and gentlemen, the art book.
It's the grimoire.
It is the grimoire. This is insane. This John is heavy and
Wait,
the
let me
cool
feel how
thing-
heavy it is.
Oh, it's
Oh yeah, there is
coffee-
some heft to that.
coffee table work. bro.
Wow.
Check it out.
Oh, look at like the distressed
Oh
like
my
corners.
goodness.
And also the
y'all.
pages are all like different thicknesses. different,
Sorry, I had to
like-
get to the Fern page.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Are
you
character
kidding
sketches.
This is incredible.
Look at baby Fern.
Are you kidding me? Is this translated from like a Japanese release of an art book?
Yes, it is. Incredible details throughout this whole thing.
So here's what you
Three
have to
lucky
do.
winners are going to win both a part 1 and a part 2. So there's going to be 6 total items in this
The
giveaway.
complete set.
And you have to be in the US to win.
That's right.
But to enter, all you have to do is head over to the Crunchyroll Instagram or the Crunchyroll store Instagram. We're going to have the prompt for you to answer there. We want you guys to tell us what your favorite magical or physical ability in Frieren is.
Yep. Your favorite power, your favorite spell.
Good luck. And we're going to be having this contest open until October 17th. So make sure you enter before 11:59 p.m. PT to be able to have a chance to win.
Now the three of us are gonna fight over this. So let's get back to the past where the interview happened. Bye.
Bye.
Do you have a favorite anime soundtrack or score that you didn't create?
I don't know if I have a favorite, but I have a few scores that I really, really like. It's hard to choose a favorite. So
It is.
some that I really like, I like the soundtracks by Taku Iwasaki for the Rurouni Kenshin OVAs way back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're dating ourselves now.
Vintage. Yeah.
I thought those are some of the earlier soundtracks that I listened to and I got into. And as along the lines of that, they're all going to be a little bit older to me because
Okay.
it's the stuff it's the things that inspired me to want to become an anime composer.
Ooh.
So, for example, the theme song for Inuyasha is one of my favorite themes
Yeah.
ever. I
Like
love
the
it.
first theme, like the. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
suddenly like in my college dorm
Oh, yeah.
watching
Yeah,
Toonami.
takes me back. Takes me back. Since we're talking about favorites, do you have a favorite scene or moment from Frieren?
Yeah, my favorite scene, I think, is when they reunite after 50 years to go see the meteor shower one last time.
Oh,
That's
my
it.
heartstrings were definitely pulled.
Strings.
And that, yeah, I didn't even notice what I was doing there.
Well, the thing about that's one reason why it also is especially special for me is from episode 5 onward, most of the music was written to a menu, which then the sound director, Mr. Hata, would put to the scenes and edit it in to fit. But the first 4 episodes, including that scene, was music that I wrote directly to the visuals. And so I was able to craft it to the best of my image, you know? And so to me,
That's so special.
to me, it was like a really special thing. And it was just hearing the voiceover of Himmel speaking and knowing that this is the last adventure.
Oh,
It's
I'm
just
reliving it.
no.
just me writing. I was like, I gotta look away from the screen real quick.
Like, did you cry? We all cried.
Yo, what she's talking about is we were joking when we were sitting in the lounge. We're like, should we add a question? Like, have you ever just fully sobbed like watching Frieren and writing the music? Because I definitely have.
That's the scene where you know it's gonna be like a special, different type of like adventure anime. Because I didn't know that was coming, and that scene starts, the music starts, and I'm like, oh no, I was not prepared for this type of adventure. A lot of the narrative in Frieren deals with the passage of time and how it changes us. What inspiration did you look to while creating a score that emphasized these themes?
Yeah, I think one thing is to not try to chase current trends in music. And of course, I mean, it's a setting that's easy to not have to chase current trends because it's kind of like a medieval fantasy.
Yeah.
So
The trends are over.
I don't think electric guitar and drums synthesizers is going to be a good fit. But I wanted to go for a score that would be considered, I guess, timeless in a sense. But I think that's also reflective of the show itself, where I think people from a long time ago, like watching anime in the 80s, 70s, who would watch this now would still enjoy it. I think people in the future, 50 years from now, will be able to watch this and also enjoy it. And I don't think it's an anime of its time. I think it's an anime that transcends that anybody can enjoy. And I wanted to try to aim for that musically as well. So I took a lot of time just being really careful with how I decide my melodies and my chords and harmonies and all the textures. When to, like for film score scenes, where to wait for the dialogue and then react with the music. And when I react to the dialogue, what instruments do I use? Do I bring in like low, soft strings, or do I answer with a soft horn line? There's a lot to consider because every individual choice and instrument that you choose can have a particular effect on the viewer and listener and how they interpret the scene. It might be very minute, but I think it's unconsciously there. And I think for me, it's my goal to maximize that effect and how the anime connects with the viewer. Because the anime and the manga itself, they're already fantastic. But how can I take it to an even higher level is my goal, and I'm working on it.
Yeah, another texture, another element to add to a masterpiece, in my opinion.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So Frieren has been inspirational to so many people, present company included. At what point did you realize that this show was going to be special?
Well, I think I realized it from the beginning when I first read the manga, because before I don't read a lot of manga, and I didn't know about Frieren until I was offered this opportunity. And so I said, let's read through it. And this is so good. It's just such a fresh take on an adventure. The adventure after the adventure, well, it still is an adventure. It's not about only, beating up bad guys and just saving the world. It's such a personal story. And just the way that flashbacks were used and how Frieren saw things in the past and at the time was nonchalant about it. But now looking back with all the knowledge of and the emotion she's gained over the years and seeing things through new eyes, it's just so special. And I'd never seen anything like it before. And I knew when I saw that, this is going to be great.
Yeah. It's the hindsight,
It is, and she gets to pass that down to like Fern too.
Yeah.
Like Fern will be like, "Why are we doing this?" And Freeman's just like, "You'll get it."
Yeah. I love the relationship.
Just like as an older anime fan, I feel like that's me. It's like you'll understand, you'll hit it, and then when you do, you're like, "Oh, I see now." So, what are you looking forward to bringing to life in season 2 of Frieren? Oh, that's right.
I try to hold in my excitement.
Hold on. Wait, season 2 of Frieren?
Nothing. No, no, I'm just kidding. So, season 2, I've written all the music for it. I've recorded most of it for the preview. For the preview we just had at the panel up over here, we mixed one song ahead of time just so we could make it for this. And other than that, though, we recorded a huge orchestra and choir over in Hungary. It's an orchestra I work with a lot.
Wow. What was that like?
That was awesome. I work with them very frequently, so I'm used to the team, but it's always nice to see them. And especially this time, it was a super large group, and they were fantastic. They put together really great players, and they were able to really just bring out the feeling.
Yeah.
So that was cool. We came back after that to Japan to record all the older traditional instruments and solo instruments like fiddle and all that stuff. In season 2, of course, there are some super epic songs, and there are also a lot of hangout kind of calm songs. And it's just, I think it's been a couple of years since I wrote the music for the first season. I think it's about 2 years ago or so. And I've learned a lot as a composer since then, and I've taken all the knowledge that I've gained in these couple of years and tried to put it back into the score, while of course retaining the Frieren-ness of the score.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too far out in left field or whatever, but yeah, I think it's the culmination of what I've learned up until this point, and I'm really excited for everybody to listen to it and watch the show.
For sure.
I was trying to imagine it in my head what season 2 sounds like. I was trying to think
It's
of
super funky.
Oh my God. Now I'm imagining that. I want Frieren bloopers where it's just like a funk soundtrack for Frieren while she's like,
she's stuck inside. But just before we go, I have a question just out of my own curiosity, since you were talking about, like recording a whole slate of new music for season 2. How do you know when a track is done? Because I feel like artists like yourself, like there is a tendency to feel a little bit perfectionist.
Yeah.
How do you know, like, okay, I need to stop touching this and I need to just like hit export?
That's a super good question, because it is a thing that is in my mind frequently. And I think over the years I've learned to have a lot better control about how big I take a song or how soft I make it. Because there are some times where I'll be writing a song and I'm like, I really like this melody, it sounds great. I'd really like to make this super epic.
Hit the turbocharge button.
But you have to reel yourself in and say, well, that's not what this scene is needing. Of course, I could do that. And to listen to, maybe on the soundtrack, it would sound really fun and cool. But in the context of the show, it'd just be like ridiculous. And so,
we can't let Evan go to 100%.
why not?
some songs are okay, yeah, no problem. But I think you have a lot of things to balance. First of all, one thing to consider is recording time, like how much time you have to record the music, the time, of course, to write the music and whatnot too. So depending on the schedule, how much time can you put into each song, which of course I try to maximize the amount of time I can, but it's easy to overwrite. And I think it's hard to learn the skill of when to say enough is enough.
Yeah.
Because you can overwrite everything.
Yeah.
But then it just becomes, every song is going to start to sound the same. And you get a lot, like if I'm doing orchestra, well, great, I'm recording an orchestra. I can just do everything with orchestra. But then everything just sounds too similar. So it's great to have the swells here and there, but also take it back down to make it more intimate and more, with more, I guess not sincerity, but a little bit more toned down.
Yeah.
And I think I try to do that when I'm working on a track too. So if I really want to kind of get a moment of excitement in the track without overdoing it, I might bring in the orchestra to kind of swell up for just a bit, like you mentioned on the first season when she finds the blue moon.
flowers.
Yeah. I'm reliving it yet again.
And it swells so beautifully. And
Yeah,
it's like, it
perfect.
sounds just as epic as you would think like a fight scene or something would sound, but it's her discovering this like flower that she took for granted once upon a time. And it's,
I would say spoiler alert, but it has been out.
It's already out.
I'm sorry. Spoiler, she finds flowers.
We'll do a pop-up on the screen. Spoilers on the way. But thank you so much for your time today. This has been so wonderful. Like I said, I'm a big fan. So this has been really, really awesome to hear more about your process and your career so far.
I love hearing about like every time you hear behind the scenes, people think of like the animation and like the voice acting. So it's cool to hear about the music, because the music is just as important. In my opinion. So it's cool hearing this, like, there's a process and I have to rein myself in sometimes and not, like, I kind of wish we could get like anime Blu-rays that have behind the scenes for the music that plays the, plays the version that you didn't keep. Like,
like I want to know what the versions you didn't keep.
The overrated version. the funk version that you didn't put into
just
the
a few
season.
gigabytes of data. But again, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any last message for the fans around the world?
Sure. Hello, everybody. I bet you're all eagerly awaiting season 2 of Frieren, as am I. And I think there's going to be a lot of fun things to look forward to in Frieren Season 2. And of course, on the animation side of things and the storytelling side of things, but also musically. So I hope you all look forward to it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of The Anime Effect, brought to you by Crunchyroll and Sony Music Entertainment. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
The Anime Effect is hosted by me, Leah President, Nicholas Friedman, LeAlec Murray, and today, Brianna Lawrence. We're executive produced by Jonathan Hirsch, Joanna Clay, and Nick Friedman. Thank you to our lead producer, Kyla Carnero, our producer, Carla Solorzano, and our associate producer, Zoe Culkin. Little Dot Studios recorded and Pixelworks edited the video. Our head of production is Sammy Allison, and a special thank you to Tamika Balance-Kalasny.
We'll be back next week with more anime, of course. See you then.
We'll see you then. There's nothing you can do about it.
Oh my God. Nothing.
Nothing.